Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Coach Maria. I'm a certified personal trainer, and also I guide my clients through have like a good nutrition for their goals. And today we're going to talk a little bit about meal tracking and why it's so important to apply it through your lifestyle. Okay, so first, why we should meal track. So, number one, it helps you with accountability of knowing what you're eating and to reach your goals. So, awareness and mindful. So, I'm saying this because sometimes there are some products that they are labeled as healthy, but when you read the nutritional value, unfortunately, it's not. But by meal tracking, you're going to be able to understand a little bit better the nutritional value of those ingredients, and that's going to make it easier to get to your goal. Portion and quality. So sometimes we see like some small meals, and when we track it, we are like, oh my God, this is so high in calories that it doesn't go with my goal. And sometimes there are bigger meals that they are super nutritious in value and it's going to be amazing for your goals. So by tracking, you can help to understand that and you're going to be more aware and mindful of the portion and quality. Weight management and goal setting. So, number one, when we are, for example, in a deficit and we want to lose weight, we have to take in consideration that we have to understand what we're putting in our body and to keep ourselves consistent on it. So, by meal tracking, is going to help you to have a goal or kind of like a deadline that you have to reach at the end of the day. So on that way, you can understand that you're not overeating on when you're on a deficit, and also you can understand that you are not undereating when you are in a hypercalorie diet because you want to gain weight. Sorry, I need to drink some water. Mhm. So identify patterns and triggers. And by meal tracking, you can eat, for example, several days the same thing, and you feel bloated, for example. And the following day, you eat exactly the same, but you take out one thing and you change it for something else, and you're not bloated no more. So by meal tracking is going to help you to have like kind of a history of meals that you eat, and this is going to allow you to understand how your body reacts to those meals. And for that reason, I put at the end improve digestion. And when I say energy levels, I say this because meal tracking just not tracks your macros, also tracks your micronutrients that are like vitamins and minerals in your body. So sometimes we feel very tired and we don't know why. But when we are meal tracking, we realize, oh my God, I'm not eating a lot of vitamins. And this is the reason why you might feel super tired. So when I identify like what is macros and what is micronutrients, macros are protein, carbs, and fats, and they're going to help you to have the physique. Now, micronutrients are vitamins and minerals, and this is going to help you to feel better. Okay. Okay, next. Mhm. How much should I eat? This is a question that I get all the time. And number one that you have to take in consideration is your health. So, whenever you do your blood work, you realize that you're lacking some vitamins. So, number one, you have to prioritize that because that's something that your body is lacking. And check how is your blood work, check how you can improve that as well. So, then I put a second lifestyle. Our lifestyle for each person is very different, and not everyone has the time to eat 5 meals a day, or sometimes not everyone has the time to eat every 3 hours or stuff like that. So you have to take in consideration your lifestyle, your schedule, and in that way you can meal prep correctly for your nutrition. Relationship with food. Me as a person that suffers anorexia, sometimes there's some foods that I do not like that to eat them, and it's just because I do not like them. It's just like a little trigger for me. So you have to understand that sometimes you can choose different options that are going to make you feel better, right? So this is great. Also, the relationship with food, I will suggest to not do big changes, right? Go small, step by step. So when I go to the next slides, you're going to understand a little bit better. But we're going to create a target. That's our ultimate target. But if you're currently not on that position, you're like very low or very high, I wouldn't suggest to go directly to that target. You can do smaller changes until you get to that target, and that's going to make you feel happier. So now, VMR. Let me drink more water. Mm. You have to keep yourself hydrated. That's one of the things too. So VMR is the basal metabolic rate. And this is like the 70% of the calories that you burn through the day. And this is just by existing. This is the calories that you burn just because you're human. So I'm going to show you how to calculate it later. Then we have our TDEE, and it's our basal metabolic rate plus the energy expenditure that we use. And this depends so much on your exercising, on the meals that you eat, and your type of work sometimes, of your lifestyle, right? So, because sometimes some people are sitting down all the time, they don't burn as many calories as, for example, a nurse that is always on their feet. So, now, of course, how much should I eat? But it also depends of your goals. If your goals are losing weight, number one, you are going to be in a hypocalorie diet. And if your goals is gain weight, you're going to be in a hybrid calorie diet. And if your goals are maintenance, you're going to be on a baseline diet. That's pretty much it. So, what is basal metabolic rate? As I already said, is like the 70% of the calories that you burn through the day. And this is such as breathing, circulation, and cell formation, right? So, is a minimum energy required just to function. They're like the calculation is different for man and woman. And fun fact, for women, it depends on the cycle, but we're not going through that right now. We're just going to keep like the easiest way, okay? So the basal metabolic rate for men is the 10 times the body weight in kilograms plus 6.25 times the height in centimeters minus 5 times the age in years plus 5. And for females, it's just the same, minus 161. So if you can pause the video, grab a pen, or whatever you want to do it, or even ChatGPT now, you can do it so. So next slide. We have the total daily energy expenditure. And fun fact about this one is also digestion, isn't it? So we have breathing, digestion, and activity levels. So when we talk about digestion, this is like very important because we have thermogenic food, and this is the one that you see on the third dot, and is the calories that your body needs to digest certain foods. And this is why, like, for example, when you are in a diet or something, usually we put higher on protein because protein is more thermogenic than other meals. So our body takes more energy to burn that protein, right? So that's why like protein is so important because it's very thermogenic and we're actually burning more calories when we're eating protein. So the total daily expenditure includes the 70% of the BMR, physical activities that is like exercising and daily movements, thermogenic food, and non-exercises activities. And this is like just the calories that we burn through the day. I put in here the TDEE calculator. Even though that calculation gives you certain numbers for your macros, I will suggest you to wait until the next slide that I'm going to explain a little bit how to make it more personalized. and it's better than just this regular calculations. So we already know what is our baseline. We already know what how many calories we should be eating for maintenance. So if we want to lose weight, I will suggest you to go for 200 to 300 on a deficit. And if we want to gain weight, I will do it like for 200 or 300 increases of calories. You can change your nutrition like every once a month because your of course your body weight is going to change. So all the calculations that we did before are going to change as well. So for macros, with the calories that you have now is 1 gram of protein per body weight. Now, 0.3 grams of fat per pounds of body weight, and then the carbs use it to complete your calories. So you do the calculation, the formula that I gave you on the in the bottom of the slide, that is 4 calories per gram of protein, 9 calories per gram of fat, and 4 calories per gram of carbs. And then with that calculation, you complete the calories for the carbs that you're going to use. Okay, now I know that this one looks like too much, but how to use a macro tracker. So step number one is downloading it, right? So there are a lot of apps like MyFitnessPal, Chronometer, or Lucid. My favorite one is Chronometer. So that's the one that I suggest to my clients. But there are other ones that also work as well. So when you download it, you're going to put your personal details, like your height, your weight, and everything, right? Now, like I said before, I wouldn't suggest to go with the macros that the apps gives you. I would adjust it, personalize of what I did on the previous slide. So you can go to set targets and then you put manually the macros that you want to hit. So after you have everything set, you're going to log your meals. Beautiful thing about these apps is like they have the QR code, the bar code, the bar scan code, that little thing. I'm gonna use it the other end, but this thing, oh my God, it's not showing, but okay, that thing, right? That is going to make it easier to track. Now, if it's like something that you do not have with you, you can do it manually by ingredients. So to track, I will always suggest to have like a scale, but if you don't have a scale, you can do it in an approximately how much is it. It's going to help you to have an approximate. But remember, like if it's not going to be 100% accurate, that's the same way that you want to spec your results. That they're not going to be 100% accurate the way that you want to, just because you are not doing the 100% accurate on the tracking process. And after that, you're just going to monitor your macronutrients, and make the adjustments as needed. I think the first week is the hardest one because you're not making it yet like as an habit. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. But after the first week finish, you're going to be able to know so what to eat, how to eat it, when to eat it to complete your macros and stay consistent. So, whenever you find something that fits almost perfectly your macros, stick with it. Stick with it. It's like easier to reach your goals when you find something that works for you. So, it's very important to keep it in that way and stay consistent. So, this is going to help you to have healthier options. Is going to help you uh, to understand better the nutrition. I I'm jawing just because I'm talking. And this is funny, but it's like I am quiet most of the time. So when I talk too much, it's like It's weird for me. So you can take a screenshot of this. Let me see where I'm at in the screen real quick. Yeah, I'm in the middle. So let me be here. I think that's better. All right. Hope that works. Um, wait. Okay, perfect. I think that works better. So you can take a screenshot here. I put choose healthier options for protein. I'm not going to go in depth into this because I will just be reading and why you can take a screenshot. That's completely fine. So then I put some healthier options for carbs. You can take a screenshot. I will give you a second just in case you take a screenshot. I have to smile. And last but not least, we have fats. So for fats, I want to make here a comment. So healthy fats are the best fats. That is unsaturated fats. They're good for the heart health and improve cholesterol levels. Any other type of fats should be in moderation or minimal because the other type of fats increases the bad cholesterol, decreases the good cholesterol, and not the healthiest option for our heart. And I put it here in moderation because it's going to happen. But it's better to do it minimal. Okay. So now this is very cool. Nowadays, we have so many things that we can use to understand that what we're buying is good. And this is it like similar to the macro trackers app, but it's for ingredients. How to know like if it's a good ingredient, if it doesn't have preservatives, like if it's low in sodium. So I put in here, this is yuca. Oh, here. This is a yuca. So it's totally free and it gives you, this sounds like an advertisement. It's not an advertisement, but it's a really great app that you can use for when you're doing groceries to know what you're buying is good. So think about this and I put it here at the bottom. When you're doing your groceries, use Yuka. When you are meal prepping, use Chronometer or MyFitnessPal. And it's kind of like having an assistant all the time that is going to tell you this is good, this is not good. You're eating good, you're not eating enough, you're eating too much. Period. Period. So, little tips at the end. I have to move myself, but well, it is. All right, do this so you guys can read. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so prioritize whole foods. Prioritize whole foods. Try to slow down on the processed food. And this is going to help so much to the digestive system because remember, like our body is made to eat more natural stuff. And when it's not so natural, sometimes we can have like some reaction in our digestive system. Balance your macros. Try to understand your nutrition in a way that you it's easier for you to have meals set and you have a better understanding of your macros. Like I said before, number three is use a food scale. It just helps with being more accurate and it prevents overeating. And if you don't use it, it's not going to be as accurate, but as the same as I say before. So your results are not going to be as accurate just because you don't have that accountability. You don't have that exact of what you're eating. Plan and prep your meals. Please do so. So it's very easy to eat processed food, to eat outside our macros if we're not meal prepping and we're not organizing ourselves with our nutrition. As I say in the beginning, stay hydrated, drink water. This is very important. I put in here a calculation of the water. You should be drinking, I think, oh, okay, let me. You should be drinking 0.5 to 1 ounce of water per body weight. Okay. Listen to your body. Eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. Now, if you're in a deficit, it's completely normal that you're going to feel a little bit hungry, and it's because you're burning more calories than you're consuming. And this is normal in a deficit. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be starving yourself all the time, and this is why you have to choose healthier and smarter options and the time of eating. That you can eat, for example, high volumes if you're in a deficit and very low in calories. So, this is going to help you. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comments. You can scan in here. Oh, here my Instagram as well to follow me on Instagram. And let me know if you have any questions. I will be checking the comments and I'll be sending this video to my clients. So have a great day and see you guys soon. Bye.